Hello, 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 hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know what else to say now. Help me out.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Michelle.
Oh, hello.
I've got nothing to eat.
You just ate it, that's why. So, yeah, folks, welcome in to, as I was talking with Carl earlier on, even though it was last week, I did go live on this one. This is actually technically my first live through my stream, not affiliated with anybody else that we know. So this one's on me. So I have no idea what can happen. Anything can happen. Hopefully it will. But we can only see what can happen. I don't know who's going to pop in. Carl's here. If anybody would like to pop up, just let me know and I'll post you a link over. Carl, help me out, man. I'm struggling for words.
Yeah, it's your boat, mate.
Oh, the first rat to deserve a sinking ship, eh? I get it. Right, okay. Should we read chat and see who's in there first? And then
That'd be a good start, yeah.
That'd be a good idea. Right, let's have a pop over to the yokels.
I could really throw you under the boat, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, go for it. It's only 2 minutes into the stream.
No, you're all right. You can always ask the 3 Bs.
Right. How big are your balls? Where's your ballpoint pen? And where's the bricks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how big are your balls? Where's the ballpoint pen? And where are the house bricks?
Holding the roof
We got Carl in straight
Hello.
off saying, good evening, Joshy panel and chat. Hey, Carl.
Hello.
And then we got Sophie in. She says, hey, Carl, Joshy. So, hello, Sophie. I hope you're well. There he is, my model. Marcus, how you doing, dude? Hope you're well. Folks saying hello. And you got me saying hello, battling my way through the green room. I was trying to eat my dinner. Then we got Athol in. Guten Abend, mein Herr, Joshy and crew. Guten Abend, Athol. Hope you're doing well, dude. Folks are saying hello to Athol. I've got Dan Usher. Evening, dude. Hope you're well. Is there any refreshments on offer? There will be at half time during the toilet break interval. Whether they let you out of the main stage area is a different question.
Well, I'm on a toilet break.
Yeah, well, just gonna that wrong one. Oh no, I pressed the wrong one. Have I got out of that? There we go. Just gonna do no. There you go. I'm just gonna put in there for you.
Oh.
But yeah, refreshments will be served at half time. Dan, plenty to go around. We've got David Barber in saying hi, Joshy. Hi, Carl. Evening, David. Hope you're well.
David. Joshy.
Yo.
Split the screen again. That's it. Oh, well, that's better.
Folks saying hello to each other. Got Dan saying greetings to our host, Joshy. Evening, Dan. Marcus saying going to have a late dinner with the boy. Had a spaghetti bolognese puttering away for hours. Oh,
ooh, nice.
As long as it's got loads of garlic and cheesy bread, we're all good. Folks are saying hello to each other, backwards and forwards. And then we got Dan Usher saying no need for a toilet break. Have the fabric conditioner bottle. Hey, good choice. Good choice. Just make sure you turn around and go out the view of the camera before you go, yeah?
Hope it's rinsed to be blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Michael Jackson joke.
Oh, dear. No monkeying around, please.
All right, I've just been censored from behind. Carl, it's too early.
Give it till 9 o'clock, we're okay. Yeah, that's chat all cut with. So if I oh damn, wrong button. What are you doing, Carl? What are you up to?
I'm doing Chewy at Dots. Chewy having a morning break.
Nice.
Oh, only because that's what I had on my bench.
What, a Chewy?
Well, I was all planned to put a feet up in front of the telly tonight, and then someone said, I'm bored. So, all right, okay, then I'll carry on with my dots.
You can go. I'm not holding you against. I mean, I know I put your handcuffs on you, but you are allowed to go at any time you want. You're not held in.
Yeah, I'll keep you company for a bit.
Oh, just a minute. Thank you. All right, nice one, dude. Thank you.
You will.
Plop over. I'm scanning on. Bye bye. Right, what am I up to? As some of you will know, I finished the Marcus. He turned out quite well. I took him out of my little pot to try and get some photos earlier, but I never got time because I left the house quite late. But the Marcus is finished, so I've done him. He is now completed, done, dusted, and all he's awaiting now is photos. So that's the Marcus done.
I reckon you should call him something like Marcus Bloodaxe.
Marcus Bloodaxe. Ooh. Marcus Bloodedge. Leave that one with me. I'm going to work on that one. I like what you're doing with that one. I'm going to move on to this fella. Carl sent me this last year when I was jokingly messing around with dabbling with Oohoo glue, and I actually went and brought some, did a model with it, and I'm going to try and replicate ripped flesh off there. So again, this is new territory. I've never painted anything like this before in my life, so it has its base with it, which I'm actually keeping this one with it because
it's decorated.
The one for Marcus was just a wooden barrel. It's nice, but I've got a wooden base for him. But yeah, he's actually got the imprints of where his feet go. So I might start on the base tonight and then work on the wolf later. I'm deliberately leaving the anchor lines in because I'm going to paint those red and make it gore effect. But
ask you a question.
Of course you can.
Are you going to dry brush him?
I will do.
Well, can I make a suggestion then?
Well, I don't know what colour yet.
Ah, right. Okay.
Because he's going to be. Well, I'm saying I'm going to keep him black. He's got bits of skin around here and stuff, and
dry brush him in a grey.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I don't have a grey. I can create one, but that's what I'm doing anyway. So I'll be thinking of a name for this chap at some stage.
Scott.
Possums. Possum. Oh, right. Okay. I see. Right. Folks saying hello. Sophie, would you like to participate in the eating of homemade dark chocolate muffins? Sophie, is that a question for just me or everybody else? Because if it's just for me, then I will have all the chocolate muffins you've got. Thank you. With a glass of milk to go with it. Dan's asked the more appropriate question. Do bears poop in the woods, Sophie? I think that's a major yes. Done a fantastic job on that, Joshy. Thank you, Marcus. I'll get photos and videos up for it soon. So that'll be posting around. We've got Lindsay. Lindsay's builds in, saying hello, evening, everybody. Evening, Lindsay. Lindsay and Scott. Is Scott's in? Evening, Possum. If you guys want to pop in, gents, I can fire a link across to you. I've got room for 4.
Ooh, he's got plenty of room on top.
Ooh, no. It's only 6:10. Give it 20 minutes. Let me warm up first, man. I haven't got into the groove yet.
That's what she said.
I know, yeah. That's why I'm single. Swiftly moving on. So, folks, how are you today? What have you been up to? It's absolutely glorious today where I am. Sun's out, blue sky. So I've been out priming in the garden. What else have you been up to today, folks? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been in the garden with you watching you priming.
You've been in the garden watching me prime models, yeah?
And then you went off to the shop, so I went and got a shower of me tea.
Mm.
And I had a lovely enchiladas and French fries.
Oh, was it chicken or beef? Or
Chicken.
pork? Oh, standard.
That's
Of
why I was
course,
picking. That's why I was picking feathers out my teeth just now.
Awesome, Lindsay. I'll excuse me. I'll send the link over to you, dude. So
Would you like me to do it?
If you want, matey, you can do. I don't mind sending it.
Yeah, saves you popping around.
Nice one. Yeah, join whenever you want, Lindsay. I'll hear you pop up, dude. And that's what Scott, instead of saying it, get up here. Instead of typing it, get up here and say it. Come on, pop in, dude. I know it's 5:10 in the morning for you, but I know you don't sleep. What was that?
Michelle said, I bet he's still in his 90.
He probably is, and that would be a very interesting photo to see. Oh, it was 4:15, yeah, because we're on daylight savings time now. Oh, yes, it was 10 hours behind. Excellent.
You've got plenty of time then.
Exactly. Not that he's trying to get you in or anything.
Bed yet?
Yeah, have you been to bed yet?
Right. Where is my dry brush? I've got several of them, but this one's mine. Yeah, guess which one out of them I've used.
I'm guessing the one with the red tip.
Well, it's more pink, but I can see what you mean, yeah. Sorry because I was holding it too hard.
Yes.
Ooh, being as I'm dry brushing, no, that doesn't make sense actually, or would it? Could I make my wet palette now?
No, you can make it if you want, but you can't use it yet. But if you do your dry brushing on your stuff, that gives it a chance to dry when you fiddling with your other bits.
That's true. That's true. Just trying to figure out what bits I'll be fiddling with.
I don't know. I haven't even started yet because I'm waiting for you to do something.
I'm getting myself set up. Right, I've got my big brush.
I'm just waiting for something to happen. You're all right.
Look, you're only
that big golden hand coming down, going, "It's you."
We're only 14 minutes in. You know, potentially a few hours stream. We don't know. I don't know yet. But let's have a look. Folks are still saying hello and writing to each other. Lindsay says just eating, but will come in. Athol says Celia and I had a lovely braised beef and veggies in thick gravy she made. And to wash that down, we're enjoying strong black coffee. Nice. I do like braised beef. Well, woke up this morning, so all good. That's a good start, Dan. Always a good start. Done shopping list for tomorrow. Washing, primed on my latest model. Ooh, what are you doing? Or is it a secret? Old man patio door glass shattered on the internal panel, so I had to sort that out. Oh dear. Is your dad all right, dude? No, he didn't get injured, did he? Or was it heat? So I know that can happen with heat.
But it could be cleaned windows and he's walked into
it. He's cleaned it that well. No, he wouldn't have broke the glass then, because that beard would have like instantly acted as a cushion and bounced him back off it. Especially if it was Dan that walked into it.
Did you not
No, he said his old man's patio door. So I don't know if it's dad that's done it or
Oh,
himself.
it's all right. Yeah.
He's also put had a Sunday lunch, roast gammon, potatoes, carrots with steamed broccoli and cauliflower. See, that would go lovely, but I'm not a fan of cauliflower.
I'm not a fan of veg at all. Full stop. Roast gammon's nice.
Oh yeah, you can't beat roast gammon. And what does gammon go nice with, Scott?
Pineapple.
Hey, not a burger, or else it's a gammon burger. Athol's saying hello to Dan. Joshy the brush got hair in it. Is that what it is? I thought it was a cotton wool bud. Pretty normal besides the patio door thing. The SU-57 felon in 172nd. Well, just like to say, I have no idea what that is, but that sounds brilliant.
I was going to say, that sounds nice, doesn't it? What is it?
Yeah. What is it?
I think I was Scooby.
Are we supposed to be model builders?
Well, speak for yourself. I do dots.
Well, I haven't even dipped my brush in yet, so we're not. I'll just shut the lid on that for starters. The parents are okay now. Thanks for asking. Good.
The old duffers.
I used to call them the rents.
Coffin dodgers. That's right. Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, should I?
Right. This is where I need to also paint the back of my hand now.
Ooh. That's not one of them.
Pardon?
So that's not one. It's a Russian fighter.
Make it big. Oh, that's nice. I know what that plane is. It's a bomb. It's a fighter plane with really smart camouflage on it.
I love that camouflage. Real techno.
Oh, Dan's just put in. It's a Russian airplane, the one from Top Gun Maverick, that does the Cobra maneuver.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And I only know because Michelle's just brought it up on Tinterweb.
Googled it.
Is it nice?
It's quite smart, actually.
Joshy, don't do that.
What?
You get grease off your hand onto your paint.
I did Marcus that way. Do you know what? I need to keep rephrasing this differently. I painted my last model that way. I need to stop saying I did Marcus that way because people are going to start getting ideas.
Yeah, especially Marcus.
It's more Quano I was concerned of.
Manners a trois.
They say three's a crowd, but four's a bonus.
No, three's a crowd. Four bits you talked about.
Pineapples.
Oh.
Not for Norway.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
How you doing, Scott? Sorry, mate.
We can say it. Good morning, Scott.
Yes, good morning.
How you doing, dude? You good?
I have been to bed. I was just I woke up and this is where I am now.
Woke up needing a pee and saw you alive.
Yeah.
I apologise for the bad dream, Scott, but this is reality, unfortunately. You're on my live.
Oh, well, I'll survive. I don't think I was planning to do anything.
Dude, you want to sit there, mate? Feel free.
That's all I've done so far.
Well, I've done that so far. It's looking quite nice. Stick a little smile on there. I'll have a smiley face on my hand.
Oh, there it is.
I know. I might muster up something.
All right, let's hear a wake cake he is then. What you
Yeah.
got for us, Scott?
I got a tub. There you go.
Tub. Oh, I like that.
Rubber tub. Almost. Oh yeah, just I might do something to the top. Not sure what. Hang on, I'll get rid of that.
That's brilliant. I love that.
I should be safe enough now to do something with the stars. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, man. That's nice. Oh, and we have just been joined as I do this. Hey, Lindsay.
Hello, how you doing?
How you doing, dude? You all right?
Yeah, I'm alright, dude.
Good, good. Right, I won't chuck you under the bush straight away, but what are you up to?
Just same as what I was earlier, really. Just base coating these tomb blades.
Oh, nice. I did see you doing those, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, mate.
Nice. Well,
Base
thanks for
coating
coming
those.
in, gents. Much appreciated.
You're very
It's all right. Where's the cake you promised us?
Cake.
welcome.
I ain't got there with no promise. I know Dan mentioned refreshments and Sophie's got muffins in, but I don't remember cake.
Yeah, there's
But
big
let's
possum spots. Our possums don't have spots. Just saying. We've got ring-tailed possums here. They've got bushy tails.
Yeah, there's one creature I'd love to see in the wild is a lemur.
Is it what? Anteater?
No, a lemur.
Ah, you know they spit at you.
The ring-tailed lemurs.
Oh, okay.
The one from Madagascar, King Julian.
Mm.
Those ones.
I thought you were talking about llamas then.
No, that's a llama. No.
Yeah, it's very alarming.
It's very early.
It is actually. Sorry. Oh dear.
You're all right, Scott. I'll stick up for you.
Well, thanks, Carl.
It's not what he said in the green room. He said he hope he comes in so he can give him grief because it'll be early. He can catch you off guard.
Did that.
No, the word's been mentioned. Athol, Joshy, when dry brushing, use cardboard to brush off the maximum instead of skin, as Carl pointed out. Oil transfer. Yeah, I never thought of cardboard actually.
You can use cardboard. You can use tissue. Myself and Lindsay use old flannels or t-shirts or something. What's that you've got? It's that on.
I have some cardboard. There you are. I will use.
Yeah, he's got some cardboard, a greasy pizza box.
What?
Nothing.
Boom. Cheers, Apple. Where were we? Folks are saying hello to Scott. How's your possum?
Hello, everyone. Hello, possums.
Athol's saying hello to Lindsay.
Hello, Apple.
Dan Usher's there going, cake? Yeah. Pineapple upside down cake, I'm sold. So do alpacas. Oh, so do alpacas, llamas, and donkeys. Yeah, alpacas are vicious little buggers. Sophie says, it looks like I'm going to have to make Joshy a cake too. Sophie, cakes, muffins, cookies, we're all good. Honestly, I'm happy with that. I have got a bit of a sweet tooth, to be fair, and I know my normal go-to is chocolate.
Do you do you have any latex gloves, Joshy?
Uh,
I've got a whole
no,
box of
I
them.
can, I can get some. I know we've got some on site for when we're cooking food.
That's a good thing to have in your model box.
Gloves.
Yeah, because like when you're knocking the paint off on a cardboard,
Yeah.
if you had a glove on your left hand, you could have done exactly what you done, but over the glove.
Oh, what, like that?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that transfer the chalk? I know, because it's only on the inside of the glove, isn't it?
it's a good way of seeing how much paint's left on your brush.
I know the one thing I have noticed from watching people on YouTube, and especially from doing the outlines on the fur on the back of that Viking, a bigger brush actually benefits than a really tiddly smally one that does the details, because it holds more paint.
It's easier to control as well.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was going to use the big chunky one for this one for the dry brush, but I've gone with a smaller version to get in between all the cracks and stuff. But apparently, the bigger the dry brush, the better it is because it spreads more paint out evenly. You guys probably all know this. I've just picked it up recently.
You're just flapping your gums.
So, well, I'm trying to talk and keep them entertained. Sorry, I'll just shut up. I'll shut up now. You can carry on.
It's your stream.
Oh,
Is
is that how it's going to
But you
be?
know what you
Yeah.
can do, Joshy?
What's that?
You've got the power. You can mute us.
Would I do a thing like that?
Ding.
Sorry, say that again, Carl. You got muted.
Yeah, I knew that were coming.
Predictable much?
But just on another note, as you do in your chat, remember you can mark it.
So you
Yeah.
don't lose it.
No, I'm generally quite good. The last comment was Sophie. Even though there's a few more popped up from them, but I will catch up with those in a short moment. I still haven't looked up any photos of a werewolf yet.
Would that be for an American werewolf in London?
I was going to go with. Have you seen Van Helsing
Yes.
with Hugh Jackman? Because there's a few werewolves in that. At the very end, when he fights Dracula, he actually turns into a werewolf himself, but his is black. The other ones are brown. So I'd like to try and do him in Van Helsing's like jet blacky white colour.
Jet blacky
Yeah.
white.
I know what I mean, even if you don't. It made sense to it ish.
I like the ones out of Underworld. And what was it, the Lycan?
Yeah. Yeah, and their snouts just cracked through the front of their skull.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to hurt.
Well, I wouldn't like to find out.
I don't know. I'd rather be a werewolf than a vampire. At least I can go out in the daylight.
I definitely can't say what I'm thinking.
What?
No, I just can't say it. It's it's still too early.
Say it.
Be 6 o'clock then, here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ralph, is it?
This one's on my back tonight. No one else's. So if anybody's going to get booted off YouTube, it'll be me. So go for it.
Oh, don't say that, for God's sake, or Terry will be in.
Speaking of which, Terry, if you're about, dude, I'll get Scott to send you the link.
God, can you imagine having a stream with Terry and Lindsay? No holds barred. Sorry, Terry and... Not that I said Lindsay then. I meant Panzer.
Mm.
It could possibly be arranged.
Cool.
I know I've been left in charge to organise a drinking and painting of a model stream. So that's going to be fun.
We just need to find some people that are willing to drink and paint models.
The only way I can ask people if they're up for it is, who fancies painting a model whilst getting drunk? It's the only way I can actually word it. It's got to be one of those ones where we'll sort of like try and arrange it so we all get the same sort of thing. So we can all compare it after the amount of beer we've drunk, or whatever, anybody's choice. Just catch up because a few people I think have seen come in. Sophie says about the cakes, and Dan says he's just returned, just having a bevy. Get powder free one. Yeah, I did notice that, Dan, on my last one that I did. I ended up blowing half of the dust over the desk, so I might look in, because the Citadel ones are really chalky. And she's put up, try getting powder-free ones. Athol's put open 4 tins of a well-known rice pudding, chocolate flavour. Add to a cake mix. Add 500 grams of flour. Stick in the oven for 200 minutes. A rice pudding cake. That actually sounds quite nice. I do like rice pudding. Dan doesn't like rice pudding.
I do.
Dan, I'm sure he's put yuck rice pudding. I love rice pudding with a bit of jam and double cream or whatever.
Because you couldn't knock the skin off a rice pudding.
Jeff and Maggie who've joined us. Well, guys.
Maggie will be watching the racing.
Yes, is it the MotoGP 3?
Yeah.
Or the Moto 3, is it?
Yeah.
I know that I went to see my sister earlier when I popped to the shops. Her neighbours put a bet on that race. The bike rider who's put the bet on, people who were watching this will know, the rider he put the bet on is the one who had the bike accident at the start of the race, and his bike failed, and he started at the back. I forgot his name. He's driving like a teal coloured bike. Sophie's asked, are Warhammer models easy to build and paint?
Easy to build.
You're best off asking the master himself, Lindsay. He's our Warhammer general at the moment.
It's like I say to everyone, if you're going to get into Warhammer, the best thing to do is to buy these starter sets.
Yeah.
Which are £22. One of them, you get 3 Space Marines, paintbrush and paints. Same with the Tyranid one. The Space Marine ones, they're quite basic. The Tyranid ones, But they're kind of basic, but you're involved with a lot more colours.
I've got one here, Lindsay. Look
Scotland.
at getting one of these, Sophie. It's you literally get your 5 tubs of paint, your models, and a brush.
Yeah, you can get the Space Marines too.
Yeah.
Me and Terry.
Scott.
Yeah, me and Terry both got the same kit. By accident, not mind you, not.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, Sophie, you can turn them into things like that.
That bit of fluff you saw at the base, that was a piece of last month's cake. Yeah.
It was the topping off the icing, Scott. Oh, so that's why people had the allergic reaction to it then. Now I get it.
Yeah, but some of the models are easy to build. They're always... I can't say they're easy to paint because it depends how you want to paint them. You can paint them easy or you can paint them hard.
Yeah.
Some models you have to glue. Some models you can push fit, like the Tyranids, Sophie, I just showed you. They literally come with 4 pieces, 3 pieces even. The body, a leg, and the gun. That's it. And you just pop them together and paint away. But the best thing with those is you don't have, well, any model, you don't have to conform to the paint scheme. Yeah, Maggie is currently watching Moto 2. I thought it was. Have to speak up now. Is on kitchen duty. Oh, he's washing up. Athol's replying to Sophie. Some are, and others are not. Sophie, depends on what you fancy building. And Sophie's deciding to have a trip to her local games workshop. I don't blame you, and don't take too much. Yeah, road trip. Just leave your wallet in the car to start off with, Sophie. Especially if it's a Games Workshop one.
Just buy the starter sets. Don't buy anything else, Sophie, because if you don't like it, you've wasted your money.
Yeah.
Warhammer's not for everyone.
Whereas if Wayne was you, he'd be telling you to buy a Bane blade.
Yeah, he would.
If you didn't like it, he'd buy it off you then.
Baby Bane blade.
Snowy was showing me some of his N-gauge stuff that he painted, or his O-gauge stuff that he painted on Warhammer, the micro stuff, last night. It's the same stuff. Is it the Max that posts up on Phil's with his miniatures? I forgot who Max McGinn is it or something. I forgot his second name. Yeah, he's the one who posts the really, really tiny models. He took a photo last week and shoved it next door to a 1 pence piece, and the level of detail in that was phenomenal. Considering it's like,
I know the guy you mean.
Yeah.
On Prime Time.
That's the one. I can't think. It's Max something.
It's
McGinn?
Max McGinn.
Is it Max McGinn? I was right then. Yeah, Max McGinn. He does some fantastic work on some of the smallest models.
wouldn't even like to try an old one of them.
You know what? It sounds daft. I'd love to give it a go. I'd try most stuff like modelling, just because the simple fact is, I want to have a go at it.
Yeah, I would have done, but not with my eyesight.
Yeah.
Mind you, saying that, I got my goggles.
Oh, your data visors. That's what I'm going to call mine when I get it. Yeah, I'd love to have a go at photo etch as well. Just try most things out.
Steady now, steady.
Careful.
Just ask Marcus about photo etch.
I did, and I'm not going to give the response he gave me this early. Sophie's asking, do I have to buy the books too? No, well, no, not necessarily.
The books are what they call codexes, and it's about the rules and stuff, basically. So that's only if you want to play the game. It is good for reference material for painting, I will give you that.
Yeah, but like I say, I've cheated with that and just gone straight onto Google.
Yeah, that's what I do when I look at them. Usually just put in whatever colour I want to paint them.
Jeff's saying that their colour schemes are only suggestions. Paint them however you want, Sophie. Exactly, Jeff. I say the same thing. It's your model, dude. You paint it how you want. Athol's asking. Athol says Wayne would suggest Age of Sigmar, as he's into spears and shields over Space Marines with bolters and other big guns. Yeah, he does like stuff like that. Although I think, was it orcs? I know, Athol, you like your orcs, don't you?
I must admit, I'm starting to like some of the orc stuff I've seen.
Yeah, that was because you'd seen that one that Leonard did the other night.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's a point, actually. Mine arrives on Tuesday. I need to tell JC that again.
He hasn't twigged what day it is, has he?
No, not yet. Don't tell him that. How funny is that, though? I decided to go and buy a model that's over how much money, and I find it for £45 and buy it off eBay, and it's arriving on Tuesday. The odds of that, eh? What are the odds? Dan's tending to the dishwasher and making a sandwich for the not-so-human number 3. Sophie's saying orcs. Can you get a starter kit with orcs?
I haven't. Sorry, Carl, go on.
I'm sorry, I was just speaking out loud. I'm not sure.
I don't think they do a starter set with those.
They definitely do the Age of Sigmar, because they're the ones that you like, aren't they, Lindsay? The knights with golden armour.
Yeah,
I brought this one, Sophie, because, like I say, it's literally it's 3 parts. Right, you've got the leg that sticks on, his whole body, and the gun that goes on. 4 parts, sorry. So that's it. The only thing is, though, it's small and it's quite tricky to paint. But then again, saying that was only 3 types of painting. It took you 10 minutes to do that one. Dry brushed it, contrast paint, and then do the edges. Done.
Yeah. This is the Age of Sigmar set.
Yeah, I bang you on big, dude.
Stuff like this.
I like that one in the middle with the golden crown and the morning star.
Yeah. This is a big box set. This is a starter set as well, but these are one of the expensive ones. Then you get tons of figures, loads and loads and loads of figures. So,
It's over 100 quid, that, though, isn't it?
£58.50.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Nice kit, that is.
But just try the little small starter sets, and if you like it, then then you can go a little bit further. But it is a rabbit hole.
Just a bit.
Then if you get really ambitious, then you start building the spaceships, like I do.
Oh, you scratch build.
Yeah, you can buy the spaceships as well, can't you?
Yes, yeah.
Drop ships, gunships.
Yeah, sorry, Lindsay.
Do your own kit bashing.
You got the big knights, like the ones me and Marcus have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fenris has got a smaller version of one of those, and I loved it. It's literally like the size of the model I'm doing now, but it's it's like the ones that you've done, Carl.
Yeah, one of the last ones I've done.
Yeah, but it's 5 times smaller.
There is a file, 3D print file. You know the ones, the big imperial ships in space, the big massive things. You ever seen them?
Yeah.
There is a 3D print now that you can get online, but it's over 20 foot long.
Ooh.
20 foot. In a 20-foot long shed.
Oh, you definitely need a 20-foot shed, wouldn't you? To put it in.
Well,
I mean, you're talking about 20 foot long. I think it was something about 7.5 feet wide.
I dread to think how much that costs, though. Well, it's not how much it's cost; it's how much you're going to spend painting it.
And resin or filament. That's with filament,
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You can get it. It was on filament
yeah.
because the guy says, "I'm not printing the whole thing out. I'll just print the nose cone part out and then wall mount it."
So when are you doing that, Lindsay?
Never, 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 never.
Have that above your bed.
Yeah, right above my bed. Yeah.
I
Need some
know.
greyish.
You're waiting for the 7 and 9, aren't you, to put above your bed?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Let's see.
I'll beat a bit of 7 of 9.
Yeah, a lot of people are obsessed with her.
Kick her out of bed for farting.
Oh, she's part cyborg. She wouldn't, would she? Or she part robot? I can't remember.
Well, she does say resistance is futile.
Oh, it should be resistance is extra.
Mhm.
I always liked Dana out of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Is it Dana, the one with the purple?
Not sure.
I don't know.
All right, my dry brush has dried up, so let's have a look. See who's having a chin wag. Dan says photo etch is good for expanding the vocabulary. It is. I know.
Never.
I've learned. Sorry, go on, Lindsay.
No, that's all right.
I was just going to say I've learned a lot of Norwegian swear words since Marcus has been building them.
A few Polish.
It's a good job he's Swedish, isn't it? I thought, oh, Dan is posh, has a dishwasher. Whereat, as common folk, use marigolds and hot water. You have hot water? I do mine in a bucket around the corner.
My dishwasher's just gone up for a shower. I think he's having his dessert first, though.
There might be some distorting violent sounds in the next 5 minutes. It's all right. Sophie says, I might get into building, painting and playing. Go for it.
Well, your best bet there is to go to a Warhammer shop and ask them, because they give lessons in the shop itself. If it's a proper Warhammer one. Games Workshop.
That one we've got here where I am, they give all lessons and everything.
I think they do it in all the Games Workshop ones.
Yeah, the one by me, they do the nighttime gaming, and I'm not quite sure if they do painting, but I know they've got tabletop gaming there definitely. Well, we've got 20 people in. Welcome. Oh no, she's dropped to 18. Welcome in. Yes, Joshy, orcs are brilliant and coming varying versions. Yeah, I've seen a few and I've got a few. I haven't got round to painting them yet because they're still from the magazines I got last year.
Because he's dated a few.
Do you know? I think I'm quite safe to say I haven't, but beer goggles were on a few nights. Gaffer and Little Human #1 brought it as both are qualified chefs. I'm guessing he means his other half and his other child. Or is he human #1? He's human #1, I'm guessing, sorry, yeah. Jeff's put he's got a load of paint to order. Dan's put besides I'm not Port out Starboard home or follow Peterborough United at all. Oh, they're talking football. I'm lost. Dan put that's some garden ornament. Probably referred to what we were talking about just. Sophie, depending on where you are, Firestorm Games are well worth a visit. 4 shops in South Wales and 1 in Swindon. That's from Jeff. Athos put takes me time to follow Celia without following these overpaid footballers who are, in my opinion, part-timers. I will not be putting my opinions on football into YouTube. One way to get me banned. Especially FIFA. Lindsay would be going assimilate me. I can't read that word. Assimilate.
That's assimilate.
Assimilate, yeah. That's from TBG. Hello, TBG.
You mentioned 7 and 9 and TBG appears.
Back up. It is, yeah. Right there. I've done it once. Quano. 21 in. Welcome in, folks. The ball is the wrong shape. He's on about rugby. Athol saying, sorry. TBG saying hello to folks. Folks are saying hello to TBG. Dan's put share Guy Martin's view of football myself. Athol. I won't be sharing my views on football. Honestly, I won't go there. Yeah, honestly, I won't go there. It's not worth me ranting for the next 45 minutes. You know the worst part about it, that it is in Swindon, can be seen, can see being round Oxford too long, Jeff. My England is terrible tonight to read. Gaffer is the wife. Little humans range from 1 to 4, eldest to youngest. Nice. It's standard the Gaffer's the wife. And Athol saying hello to TBG. And there we are. There's one thing I need to find out is to how to stop my dry brush from going chalk at the end, because I don't like getting them wet.
Your best bet is to slightly dampen your dry brush before you do anything.
So I never knew that.
I have a little sponge that I put water in that I just moisten my dry brush. But I'm not giving you all my secrets.
You don't need to. It's all right. I'll just keep watching YouTube.
When I remember them. We ask relevant questions.
Yeah, but questions from me are normally a daft question.
The only questions the only daft questions when you don't ask. Normally, but it's you we're talking about, so.
Dan's having a think. So you've got to hawk twa on that thing then, Carl. Oh, I know what you mean.
Hot tour.
I know what he means. Oh yeah, the brush is a little bit more damper. Well, hey. See, if you'd have told me this ages ago, Carl, it would have been... My model might look good. Look, I need to stop doing that because I'm going to break another piece off it.
But there is another tip I can give you.
Which is?
You know when I say to you, oh, there's a video there, watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it. Don't put it in. I'll watch that one again one day.
Oh, was that one that you sent? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I still haven't caught up with that one yet.
Because I stopped sending them.
I'll tell you what. When we finish tonight, I'll watch them all, and then I'll get back to you.
Mind you, saying that though, look at JC. I put him onto that video, didn't I? And he wouldn't watch it. He wouldn't watch it. And then look what happened when he watched it. Oh my god!
All right. Look what happens when we put JC onto a 3D plastic printing screen, and he's still at a stream, and he still posts his brick link up there. Hiya, JC.
I wouldn't take that, JC.
He's not here tonight. He's with Alicia.
Nah.
Having some quality family time. Joshy, tip. Take a dry brush and touch it to your tongue. Wipe it on cardboard, then dip it into the paint. Scrub off until you have the minimum and apply. As much as I love tasting paint, I'd rather not. And besides, if I stuck that in my mouth, I'd end up choking. Uh,
I'm sure there's a joke there as well.
Probably is, yeah. We're an hour in, go for it. Oh, we've just dropped from 20 to 13. So I just looked up when I saw that and it's just gone. Numbers are mental. Dan's asking on the card or the tongue. Don't forget the salad, TBG. Yeah, folks are just having a chin wag between themselves. Oh. I hope it's like this weather tomorrow because I want to go outside and do some more priming, some photography, take some photos.
You're not going back to that park again, are you?
No, Carl, I won't be doing the same thing I did last time. Walking through the park and we've got in the middle of the town park, I can't figure out what it is. I don't know why for the life of me. I haven't Googled it. I really should. It looks like an old church it's just a shell, just a husk. There's nothing, no roof, just the four walls. And it's directly in the middle of the town park. And I was walking through it just with Carl on my video call, and I turned around and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's it there, that's it." And I was showing him this building. He was like, "Yeah, you should take some photos of it and have a look around it while you're there." And I'm like, "Dude, I am not walking around the kids' park with my phone out. Do you know what will happen if I did that?" And he started laughing, so I just walked off.
Yeah, but I noticed that you never mentioned any of the yummy mummies on their slides.
Scott, what's your favourite word?
Pineapple.
There we go. Thank you. I might have deviated my attention away from whilst I was talking to you a couple of times to make sure that mom wasn't falling off the slide. Bus ticket. I thought that was the green room ping then.
Ding.
Ding. I say, TBG, you at the bench. I'll drop you the link if you want to pop in, dude. Oh, let's have a look. Bloody hell. Is there somebody else gone live? It doesn't matter to me.
I don't know.
I keep looking at the time to see how long I've been going for, and obviously next door to that Carl mentioned the night, I get a little eye with the viewing numbers on there. It's gone from 20 to a 10.
Ooh.
It's like, I don't know what's happening. Whether people, I don't know, delay that I look first.
Warhammer's gone live, Tasha's live, and somebody called Joshy B's live.
Yeah, but nobody wants to watch him, do they? Athol's put, what a lovely night it is tonight. Blue skies, minimal winds. We might get some sleep later on. Yeah, it's actually quite nice over here tonight. I think it's the start of that spring. I don't want to jinx it. Oh, I forgot I could do that. According to the forecast, it's meant to be slightly cloudy. Whereabouts in the mighty Uck are you, Dan? Hope you don't mind me asking lots of Warhammer questions. Sophie, if it's a question that you need to know the answer to, I'm sure somebody will know the answer to it.
And in case you hadn't noticed, we get used to it with Joshie.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what?
We all ask questions.
Joshie was looking for camel toes.
That wasn't the camel, believe me.
No, but she did have a couple of lovely hooks. I'm not going down there, no.
That's not what you said.
Mate, it was those jeans. That's all I'm going to say. It was the jeans.
You said something along the lines of chance to be a fine thing.
I said a lot of things walking down there, but I'm not saying it at 7:10. You're a git. Dan's put, or was it Moose Knuckles? Either way, Dan. Let's just say those jeans were lovely. Jess put, ask away, Sophie, if we can help, we will. Exactly. There's a lot of people in here that know a lot of stuff about a lot of things. I unfortunately don't. No worries, TBG. Just thought I'd ask, dude, if anybody wants to pop in. People are having a chat. Oh, that's a point. Oh, bugger. Mark's on tonight, isn't he?
Mark Mods.
Mark's Mods.
No, it's not gone live on my computer.
Is it?
Yeah, he is.
You know, I knew there was somebody on that I'd forgotten about. Sorry, Mark. I didn't know. No, I wasn't intentional to do that. I didn't know. Because I genuinely thought that being as Connie wasn't on tonight, and we couldn't think of anybody that was on tonight. I don't know why I'm shouting. Sorry, Mark. You ain't exactly going to hear me.
Most of Mark's audience are part works builders.
Ah, fair dues. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't really got into is that yet, part works. But then I look at the overall price of what it costs, and I think, is it financially worth it?
Depends how deep your pockets are.
Exactly, yeah. There are a couple of them. Say again, Scott, sorry. I spoke over you.
And patience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably. Waiting the release of the next copy to get a new part.
Yeah, and who was it that also said that they're waiting? I know I'm waiting on for. I'm waiting for the first edition of the Combat Patrol magazine that I ordered. So I ordered a couple of extra ones. I'm also waiting for part 5, but I do remember someone saying that they got halfway through a part works model and it stopped being in shop, and I can't remember who that was. I can't remember if it was Wayne.
Didn't JC say it happened to him?
I can't remember, dude. That's what I mean. Like I know someone said that they were doing the part works build. Can't remember exactly which build it was, but they got halfway through it and they just stopped stocking the magazines in the shop.
That's why it's always best to subscribe.
Yeah. Well, I've done mine through the shop. They put it through as their local delivery for every week delivery. So it's on their order list. Otherwise, some shops, if it's one of those, like if they buy the magazine and no one buys them, they'll just cancel the subscription to their shop and they won't get the magazine delivered. There's only one copy of that magazine in that shop now, and that one's the one that comes from me. The girl behind the counter told me that the other day, a while ago. Sorry, but yeah, it's only you that gets this in here. Ooh, there's going to be some good blood effect on this. I don't know what it is, but I'm just really looking forward to painting his claws. Right, I'm going to stop for 5 minutes because I want to.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm really looking forward to doing Monkey.
I'm going to go and have a little nose around what folks are doing, and I'm going to go with, in order, Bonjour. How's your Wookiee going?
He's going slowly, surely. He's going.
He's going.
I hope he's not.
He's dropping slowly.
He's getting through it.
That's interesting. Where'd you get that one from?
Michelle's bag.
That one is like, I'll buy you that, love, and I can do it for you later.
Yeah, it was one of them. She was going through her stash, and I went, "Oh, I'll have one," and it fell onto mine.
Take you. It's looking cool, that is.
Because you know that one you done, was it a wolf for the multicoloured ones?
Yes.
Yeah, Michelle's got a Chewy in multicoloured.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my sister did a Highland Moo for me, my mum at Christmas, and she did it as a framed present for her. Yeah, that's looking cool, that is, dude. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, sorry. You know, just shove me off. Scott!
Oh, you didn't wait until he was in there, like I did.
I'm getting there.
Oh, there we go. Do you want to come back?
What?
Morning.
How we are?
Is
Yeah, well, I've just been pinlining, really. Just around different areas where I think it should stand out. Yeah. That's about all I've done. You probably can't even notice it either, but I can.
Yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? It looks like you've done nothing, but to yourself you've done loads.
Oh, yeah.
You seen, is it Junkworks' video on the tank that he's done, where it shows you the chipping on his video?
I don't know.
I think it's Junkworks.
What do this?
Yeah, he's done a good video of chipping.
I like chipping.
I like chippies.
Yeah, I like a bit of chicken salt with mine.
Ooh, yes, chicken and chips. Loads of salt and pepper. Yeah, that's looking nice, that is, Scott. Is that an interior as well, or is that an exterior only?
No, exterior only. That's That's why the hatches are closed, because there's nothing to look to see.
Oh, okay.
With them open.
Oh, fair dues. That's nice, that is, dude. Well, thank you. We're going to pop over to Lindsay.
No worries.
Hey up, dude. How you getting on?
Yeah, I'm just base coating, mate, really. It's just like boring work, really. Not much to tell, really.
Happily away painting.
If you like watching paint dry, then yeah, it's your thing. You know what I mean?
We're all model builders. We all watch paint dry. That's what I'm doing now. I'm waiting for this to settle on top.
Yeah, we all sniff glue and we all watch paint dry.
This what?
We all sniff glue and we all watch paint dry.
Exactly, and we're all addicted to plastic crack. Is that the Abaddon Black?
It is, yes.
I find that really gloopy, but it's a good paint, especially if you want to hide mistakes. I've done it a couple of times. All right, we'll leave it to carry on. Cheers, Lindsay.
Cool.
I haven't done anything. I've just dry brushed. Dry brushed outside. It'll need doing again. But until I start on him, I will carry on with the base. Start putting some paint on there, I think. Folks are chatting away. Athol's put. So Athol. I saw the fan homer starting Star Trek ship models piece by piece over 25. Wonder what they will consist of then. It was one of the regulars, but I can't remember who. I think it was. We're talking about who. Oh yeah, Athol. Think it was Mark Mods that complained about it stopping. Yeah, I think it was Mark Athol. To be fair, now you said it, I definitely remember hearing somebody getting halfway through it, and they said they just stopped putting the magazine in the shop, and they had trouble getting them. Here we go. Painty people. I've got a rough idea, but it depends on the shop that you go to and where your stockist is. Sophie's asked, how much are Citadel paints?
Yeah, it depends on the shop.
Depends on which paint. You got layer
Yeah.
paint,
And what can?
contrast, shades,
Yeah.
different paint, different prices.
No one's got any out, have they? Apart from hang on, I'll show her on mine. So
I mean, I can give you the prices what I pay here, but it's going to be different.
You've got Sophie, the base paint,
Okay, so
and you put those on like Lindsay's doing now, and it's either you can put it as a base or you can prime it as well. I've started priming now. You get layers which you can put over your base, which gives you highlighted edges. I hope I'm talking about this right, Carlos. I've just learned this from you lot. And then what?
No, so just carry on.
And then you've got your contrast paints, which they're sort of as similar as I say it's sort of as similar as a shade. A shade just darkens your areas off, but contrast, you get multiple colours in contrast, and they all give different effects. But it depends on which one you go to, where you go into, and what you want.
Contrast paints are like magic paint because they give you your highlights and your shadows at the same time.
I prefer contrast paints over anything, really.
I prefer having steak and chips.
Say again. Did you say steak and chips?
Steak and chips.
Oh, I'll have a steak and chips.
Yeah.
It's gammon steak. I'll have pineapple.
That was very random, Scott.
I know.
Does that come with contrast or layer paint?
It's very contrast.
Your best bet, Sophie, is to buy your paints online, but be careful because you'll get stung for postage. A couple of good companies for Citadel paints: Wayland Games and Firestorm Games. They're good for Citadel paints, and they're quite good for postage as well. But a lot of Amazon and eBay, they'll charge you £4 postage per pot unless you contact them, because they will sting you.
The one I thought about doing was going on eBay, buying the where it comes with postage and packaging, and you'll buy 5 tubs of paint, but then just ask them to combine the shipping because they're all coming from the same place.
That's why I say you got to be careful. You got to ask.
Yeah, yeah, they should do it because there's no reason why they can't.
Some won't.
Yeah, I never really had an issue when I used to buy a lot of Pokemon cards off eBay. I never really had an issue with anybody, especially if I brought multiple. And some even offer it, actually. Some even actually do put in their description. Always check the descriptions because some might actually say buying multiple, postage and packaging included.
But I would definitely. My advice would definitely be have a look at Wayland Games and Firestorm Games, because you possibly get your starter kit from there as well, and then you can get some extra paints if you wanted, and that'll cover your postage. But have a look online. Excuse me.
Athol's put no idea, Sophie, as I use Vallejo acrylic paint sets brought via Amazon or direct from Spain. Vallejo. He also likes chips with haggis and red pudding.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not a fan of haggis or red pudding, to be fair.
I don't even know what red pudding is. I don't think I want to.
It's black pudding, but red.
Not black pudding.
I love saying that.
You see, black pudding here is a self-sourcing pudding.
Black pudding is made from oatmeal and blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blood.
Well, mine's made of chocolate. Hence the name.
Red
Chocolate.
velvet cake. Jess put the prices vary depending on the type of paint. I personally wouldn't buy direct from Warhammer. You will pay top dollar, indeed.
But if you want my honest opinion, Athol is giving you the best advice there with Vallejo paints. You can go for, I think it's scale 75. They do a fantasy range, and Vallejo do the acrylic paints. Your Citadels are the lower end of the paint range, but they're great for the Warhammer figures. You know, I won't knock them, but they are the lower end of the paints. When you start doing busts and things like that, you don't want to be using Citadel. An army painter, as Dan says, I've got a lot of army painter. I love army painter paints.
Yeah, I'd like some of them. A lot of people I watch use them.
Well, my main paints are scale 75 Vallejo and army painter. That's the 3 that I use. I've got more of them than I have of Citadel.
It's also one of those, Sophie. I mean, granted, I can't speak from experience. Someone using Citadel, it's what you feel comfortable using. I've found. So
it also depends what you paint.
Yeah.
Also, you need a good eyesight for Warhammer 2.
one of you's done that?
Dog pattern.
Have it on Michelle.
Bottom burps.
Oh, you're going to blame Michelle?
She's got a headset on.
This is where you find out Michelle's actually watching this stream for a change, and this is where you hear the frying pan come from, the skillet pan come from behind.
Right, go away.
Sorry.
No, you're not wearing a PlayStation.
Oh, pork and beef sausage.
Oh, nice.
That actually sounds nice.
I bet that's nicer when it's cooked and it crisps on the edges.
Don't mind. We got beef and herb sausage from Woolies, and they're quite nice.
I absolutely love, and I didn't actually figure out what they were made. Say again.
Sorry, I was just adding. They're good with eggs and chips. Yeah.
I can imagine. Now you're making me hungry now, Scott. I want egg and chips now.
Oh,
Yeah,
my plan is working.
He's broke. Go back to bed, Scott. He broke up and now he wants food.
Hello, Tammy and Ray.
Yo, Tammy, Ray.
All those. Yeah.
Hi, you crazy group of guys. Hi, Michelle in the background, and hi, all in chat. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Ray. Athol's put, I have 2 complete cases full of Vallejo paints, brought and still to open and use. Get some more orcs, dude. I'm sure you'll use them. People are saying hello to Tammy and Ray. Tammy's saying hello to people. Dan's put, personally, I like Tamir acrylics only because they are easy to get and I know what I'm doing with them. That's the same with me and Citadel. Dan, that's why I say you go with what you know. I just know Citadel at the moment, and I'm quite happy working with these. I do fancy getting myself some army painter, but that won't be until I probably go to Telford later on in the year.
I don't mind airbrushing with Tamir. I just don't like brush painting with them. I mean, if I'm painting a axe handle or something, that's probably not too bad. It's bigger surfaces like this.
Yeah.
They're not really brush painted paints.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They're meant to be sprayed.
Let's get him stood up.
I might have to.
Go on, Scott. Sorry, dude.
I was going to say I might have to heat up some lasagna.
Oh, I've just opened up a ham sandwich I brought from Tesco earlier on. Got quite peckish walking out when I was out there. I was like, I'll just grab a sandwich. So I had one before I started just to have a nibble on something, but I'm really hungry at the moment today for some reason. Question for you there, Carl, off Tammy.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the screen.
It's Chewy having a pooey.
Yeah, you're on big.
It's Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca having a cracker. I'm sat on there. So yes, he is sat on the toilet.
There's multiple names you can go with that. You can go Poohbacca or Chewbacca on the crapper.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I'll go away.
Have you got your coat?
No, I can't in this one because it's my stream. Like I'm running the live, so if I go, you will have to go with me, unfortunately.
Oh.
But it's one of those, Scott. I could do this.
Could do that.
Last time he
But
didn't,
then-
he could come back in.
It's because I pressed the wrong button. Won't be making that mistake again, he says.
Let's see if that's the wrong way around.
Thought I'd got all these little knobbly bits off him, but dry brushing them I haven't.
Yeah, it stands out, doesn't it?
Yep.
I'm just looking at that figure you've done there. I really want to have a go at doing a figure with just like 4 colours.
You know, right, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking there's going to be hardly any colour on this at all because his trousers are going to go brown, and I'm dreading to paint that skin again round here, but that's going to only be red and black everywhere. Perhaps a bit of skin tone showing through, but I need to figure out what colour I'm painting his hair as well. It's one of those.
You'll be surprised what colours there are as you get into it.
Well, I figured that out.
And eyes and
yeah.
And bows.
Scott's suggestion would be hot pink.
Yep.
I genuinely want to do a model with hot pink. No jokes. I really do want to do a model with hot pink.
Just imagine if I did this in hot pink.
Why didn't you? I'm offended that you didn't.
Because I don't have any.
Well, that's just not good enough, is it? We need to get you some pink paint, some hot pink paint.
Or you could have hot rod red.
Oh, yeah.
Hot rod red. Don't forget to do it with a double-ended paintbrush.
Your dehydrated water.
Yeah.
Smoked cheese and toasted crumpets.
Ooh.
Put a bit of tomato on that and it's sold.
Put a bit of tomato on that and throw it in bed.
Yeah. Oh, I love smoked
I
cheese.
love it.
I do, but I don't like tomato. Best thing on crumpet, other than butter, a bit of Marmite, a poached egg on top.
Yeah, Carl, there's a image for you. But I thought Carl was doing your new onesie, Tammy.
Actually, Michelle did have a onesie, a Chewy onesie. Kids bought. Oh, you are awake.
No.
We're talking this time. You couldn't answer us.
No, because I'm listening to what we're listening to.
You're watching a decent stream.
What's this button do in the corner? End stream. What happens if I press that?
She's watching a vet
Well,
thing.
It's probably not as dramatic as the remove button.
I didn't know you still had it. No, the kids bought Michelle Chewy onesie outfit thing and a mask and all. It was a joke one year. I honestly didn't know you still had it. I knew you had the mask because you had it out last year on Star Wars Day.
Yeah, Michelle. Tammy said, need a picture of that, Michelle. Dan's put, if I find if I pre-thin the jar for airbrushing, it works more of a glaze when brush painting.
Okay.
TBG's making me insatiably hungry. That does sound nice. Is it the proper smoked? I say proper smoked cheese. Is it the sausage cheese? TBG, you know the one I mean, don't you? With a little, it looks like a Savoy, really small Savoy.
Excuse me. Talking about snow.
Say again, dude.
So you're talking about Snowy again?
You leave his little sausage out of this. Dan says I'm going to boogie. Dad duty calls. Stay classy and don't do anything that I wouldn't do. Doesn't leave much, I know. Dan, thanks for coming in, dude. Appreciate you stopping by, and good luck with dad duties.
It was nice to see you. You take care.
Yeah.
See you, Dad.
I like how he put don't do anything that he wouldn't do. There's not a lot that we can't do. I'll take that off because I'm getting hungrier. Folks are saying hello to Tammy and Ray. Athol's put applewood cheese on toast with tomato and pickles for a tasty supper. Just applewood cheese on toast, mate. I'm not a fan of tomato or pickles. TBG's put I did have tomato ketchup on the crumpets. I'd have gone with barbecue sauce because it's smoked. And he's put yes, Bavarian. Good choice. Good choice. Jeff said, see you later, Dan. Take care, mate. And Tammy's put, I could go for toasted crumpets with runny eggs and cheese for dinner. Ooh. I'm just going to sit here and eat my ham sandwich in peace while trying to deburn my model.
I've had my dinner, but I've got my pudding in the kitchen. I can have half a bit. A bit of trifle.
Well, I've got a
boozy trifle.
Oh, a boozy trifle. Well, I've got 2 barbecue chicken pizzas in the freezer that I brought yesterday from Asda. Sorry, that I never actually ate last night.
Oh, is that what they? Sorry, mate. I've already taken them.
You nicked my pizza.
Yeah, I thought that they looked nice.
So it's you that keeps emptying the freezer.
Gate.
Oh, sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I say you could have had the one with the pineapple on it.
What, the Hawaiian?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am quite partial to a Hawaiian pizza. I do like a pineapple on a pizza. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But the one thing I will always try and get my hands on, if I ever see one, if I ever go into a chippy or a kebab shop and they're selling one, is a tuna pizza.
Tuna?
Tuna,
okay.
Honestly, absolutely beautiful, mate.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brand, I don't know if you've got it over there, there's a brand of pizza called Dr. Utke. And when I went to Switzerland, they got them over there, and it was just, they're so much better than what they are over here. But they had a tuna one as well. It's Thon pizza. I was like, I'll try that. I've never tried tuna pizza before. I Wish we could get them over here. Asda used to do them as create your own, but they don't do it anymore. Hey, no way, have I?
You can buy the pizza bases and you can make your own tuna.
You can.
It's true. Oh, sorry, Tammy. I didn't know that message hadn't gone through. For some reason, it won't. My chat is weird. She's put Tammy put Chewy on the shitter earlier on, but because my phone didn't let it go through.
Oh yeah, because of the swear words.
Because of the swear words, you guys swear away. If you want to drop an F-bomb, be my guest. Anyway, 26 thumbs. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, folks. Thank you all for coming in as well. With Errrm 40 minutes into the stream, I'm all right still. I hope you guys are.
And there was silence.
I know, yeah. Notice the excitement in that. Should we try that one again?
I wouldn't get the same response normally when you do that.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
No, just a couple of frozen pizzas.
Ah.
Yeah, this one, folks, this was a complete random one. This when Michelle had finished this morning, we were sat talking to Carl and we were saying there's nobody else on. I completely forgot Mark was on. I really do apologise, Mark. I am sorry. I just assumed that because it's not a Sunday, Connie's on. It's a quiet night. But this is just a pop-up one, and just to see what happens. As the title says, I got bored.
Yeah, Lindsay does that and does pop-ups at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I know. I was on the one of them, not on them, but I was in the stream the once.
Yeah, Michelle and Lindsay just got up. You were just going to bed.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a midnight person. I asked yesterday, did anybody happen? Did anybody happen to see any of the eclipse yesterday?
Oh, bugger. No.
Yeah, the sun was eclipsed by all the cloud.
The only, I say, I was on. Oh, I need to stop dropping this on the.
The only eclipse I got yesterday is when my neighbour bent over in the yard.
I thought that was a full moon, Lindsay. Yeah, I did manage to get. Where is it? This was as close as I managed to have got to an actual like representative. I don't know where you can see that. Hang on, a bit bright. Yeah, that was as close as I got to seeing it. Like you could just see it through the top there, cutting the sun out. And that was the photo zoomed in as well. And I didn't even know I'd got that image. I was just randomly taking photos of it was going on. Where do I start on him? You thing, you beast. Yeah. 10 to 8 and the ice cream man's coming round.
You doing what to the ice cream?
10 to 8 and the ice cream man's still coming round.
Oh.
That's it's quite late over here for him, that is. They're normally out at about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a question. What's your go-to ice cream on a nice day? I know what I'd go for. Got to be a 99.
What, just a nice day or a hot day?
Okay, we'll reword that. A nice British summer's day when you go to the beach and you're going to get an ice cream. And obviously, you know, you've got your flavoured ones.
I like the Magnums.
Oh, okay.
But if it was a hot day, it'd have to be like our White's lemonade, ice lolly.
Yes. They are quite refreshing, those, actually, to be fair.
I'm a secret lemonade drinker. All right.
That's a good choice there, TBG. And I'd have to say, clotted cream with honey.
Golden Gay Time. That's my ice cream.
We don't get that brand over here, unfortunately, dude. What flavours do you get?
I think it's caramel.
Joshy.
I've just seen. It's because I said it twice in the row, didn't I, after that third time?
Yeah.
Hey, Quano. I did say your name 3 times earlier on. How you doing, dude? TBG's put clotted cream. Agree with that. Quano's in. How you, dude? Jeff and Sophie both agree at 99. Yeah.
I used to like the 99 when it cost 99p.
Now you pay 99p for the bloody chocolate flake in the middle of it. Robin's sods.
Do you remember the oyster shells?
Yes, I do. Yeah. We used to have decorated outside of them. My ice cream man used to actually put a layer of ice cream around the outside of it and dip them in nuts.
Now, if you were going to ask me what was my ice cream when I was a kid, then that has to be a screwball.
I'd say a Knickerbocker Glory when I was a kid. You know the ones in the plastic tubs.
Yeah, you don't remember the screwballs? They're in a plastic tub with a bubble gum
I
in the bottom.
I remember the screwballs. Yeah. In fact, actually, the screwballs are quite nice. You used to be able to get them in the long packets as well for 50p off him. Right, so I want ice cream. I want braised beef. I want crumpets with smoked cheese. Who else is going to make me hungry? Sophie's got muffins.
You having yearnings for Sophie's muffin?
The what, sorry?
Said you having yearnings for Sophie's muffins?
Mate, Sophie's got dark chocolate muffins.
There you go. I'm sharing.
Oh, okay.
Them.
Oh, they look a bit like what used to be feasts.
Yeah, they do. Why am I thinking the lion one?
Don't know.
Because they've got the feast look like that, and they've got the lion on it as well. Yeah, they look. I think
it's vanilla in the middle, caramel on the outside. With they're not nuts. They're almost like rice bubbles.
Delicious for a gay old time. Chances to have a gay time.
Mind you, they've been golden gay time for the last 50 years, so they're not a new thing.
Do you know, I love how you get a box of 16 as well. We get boxes of 4 over here, and they're about £5 a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quano says, did I hear that right? Joshua likes to dip his nuts in ice cream.
You did, mate. You'd be lucky what I did, mate. Dad. I'll rephrase that in England. I said you did hear that right, mate, and you'd be elsewise surprised I hear my dip my nuts in, and I still can't get my England out properly. I've got verbal dyslexia again tonight, I swear.
It's because Dan's in, you're getting all excited.
I need to stop, don't I? He did it last night when he came in and snuck in surprise.
Surprise!
That is a bloody good point, actually, now you're here. Dan, would you like the link and would you like to come up?
$27 for 16, though.
How much are you paying him? $27?
For the 16
Oh.
gay time things, the box. Ice cream. Mind you, we get boxes of 19 caramello, and they're worth getting too.
Which one are you reading? I'm reading TVG's.
That's the one that came after that.
TVG's put, you summoned him. He ended up on my premiere by accident. Did I hear that right, Josh? I read that one, yes. TVG, I had the roadmap upside down. He never gets lost. He knows exactly where he is.
He's on the map somewhere.
Exactly, yeah. Come up what? That's an ecumenical matter. Well, Joshy, got to go out and walk Hamish before it gets dark, so night all. Athol, thanks for coming in, dude. Hello to Hamish and Celia, and I'll see you soon, buddy.
Yeah, don't get lost on the balcony.
Yeah, Dan, if you want to come in, man, let me know. I'll drop you the link over. TBG says, yes, the sat-nav sent you to Llanfair Stiliog, Ochwyd, Goridrin, Throb, William, Droesi, Goff, Golly, Goff, Goff, Goff. I'm getting better at that. It may not sound the same way the Welsh say it, but it sounds well to me.
There you go, Josh. You say that, will we?
I've just said it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Llanfair Stiliog, Golly, no, Llanfair Stiliog, Gwyn, Gori, Goff, Gwyn, Throb, William, Tris, sorry, Goff, Goff, Goff. Whether that's pronounced right, I don't know, but it's bloody good for me. Oh, he's coming in. Excellent. I get to see the Ecto one. Right, I'll get Dan the link sent over. 2 seconds, I'll fire the link over, Dan.
What's it say? Give him a second to get his trousers on.
That's the one, yeah. That was the one you sent me. Where's the link I sent you all? There it is.
Is this where you send him the wrong link?
No, I sent him that the last time. He ended up being my #1 payment on my Only Models account. Did I say that out loud?
Dan would be an interesting choice to take in the shop with you.
Oh, imagine in the Ann Summers shop. Because we do have one of those uptown. I took a couple of more photos for the mug shots on Tuesday for the prime time show. Yesterday. combat wombat. I don't even want to know what that is. Yeah, but that thing with the combat wombat was worth the cost of your OnlyFans, Joshy. I'm really curious to know what a combat wombat is.
I know, Dan, you might want to ask him in the green room.
Well, that'd be a cracking name for a paintball team, the Combat Wombats. I might suggest that for somebody at the Christmas game.
Sounds like a good one for the Aussies.
That's a point. Scott, when are you coming over to visit us to play paintball?
Year 2039, I reckon.
Excellent. I'll book a spotting for us.
Yeah.
I'll oil the wheelchair.
Do you want? Were you on an all-day game or just a half day?
It depends when I get there.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll give you a chance to get over your jet lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really weird for you, wouldn't it? Leaving Australia on a Friday, arriving in the UK on a Thursday.
Well, actually, if I leave on a Friday, I'll be arriving on a Friday. Because by the time I get there, you would have changed.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah.
However, if I went to the United States, I'll be losing a day.
Yeah, because they're further across, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh. Where is he?
He's hiding in the corner.
He's loading in. He's loading in slowly. He's still loading in slowly. Hey, there you are. You're up, dude.
Hello.
How you doing, man? You good?
My sound working and everything.
Yeah. You're all good. We can hear and see you.
Commiserations.
Look, you make quite a lot of spare change on that Friday night OnlyFans show, so don't knock yourself.
Well, it's because of that thing you did with the feather duster.
Yeah, that's the green room chat, Dan. We'll go there later on. Yeah, don't give everybody my tips and points and hints.
What's this funny little squiggly line here? Ah.
What you working on then, dude? How's your Ecto 1 going?
I've finished the back door.
Ooh, yeah.
Attached, and then I'm just finishing off.
Oh, nice.
Oh, bloody hell.
Pinged loose. I need to sort of fasten. You see, just underneath.
Yeah.
I need to sort of fasten that more secure. It were going to be a wearable one, but then I forgot I have ears, so this one doesn't actually fit.
Well, we can help you out there.
Yeah, I've already been told I'm not allowed sharp objects.
You've got masking tape?
Yeah, I was just about to say duct tape.
I've already started on.
Duct tape's a fine thing.
Ah, another one.
Wow.
That does actually properly fit.
That's cool.
And then I've got the faceplate for the bigger version. That's been all golded up. We got rid of print line.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's a hell of a finish on that with the polish.
Yeah.
Mostly, once I've got it printed, use the filler primer to and try and get it so that it's like a 400 grit sandpaper, and then sand it smooth. Then use the the ultra fine primer to get rid of scratch marks. And then for gold, it's just sort of hold it at an angle and then do lots and lots of really thin dust coats. And once it's dried, you got that almost perfect polish.
That's incredible.
But I'm working on the idea of actually electroplating the bigger version, because then I can have where the gold bits are actual gold.
Dude. So once you've done that, you've just got the rest of the suit to print off.
Well, I have CAD designed the entire suit, so there's a possibility that I might end up with a full-sized Iron Man standing in the corner of the room.
Mate, that'll be impressive.
I need to, because I've had a few months where I've not really been doing much, so I'm sort of, forcing myself back into the groove.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it gets kind of boring doing the CAD design stuff.
Still remember you saying the once, man, to get the cigarette ash look in the back that you want. Just use cigarette ash. It's like brilliant, brilliant.
It's just, spend a while where fish out all the fag ends.
Yeah, it's free material, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I use one of my flathead brushes to sort of squish it down into a powder.
Yeah.
And then work it into the into the carpeting. And then I use Agrex Earthshade and my homemade pin wash.
Yeah.
To make it so that the fag ash stays stuck in, because
nice.
As it once you've put it in, if you don't use something to make it stick,
yeah,
then eventually it'll dry out, and second someone sneezes near it, it's just a cloud of dust comes out.
I never thought of that. That's really clever. But, you know, it's when you mentioned it with that, you do think like, well, that's going to blow all away, but then I suppose if you put a coating over it, it does keep it down.
Yeah, and it also adds to the scale. So if you've got like a couple of different colours of liquid that's, dirt colours.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of it just looking like you've sprinkled actual size fag ash in there, you can get where it's like there's I can't get any of my cameras to focus properly, but if you drop a fag on the carpet, it's going to burn a chunk of carpet.
Yeah.
Well, I've got those kind of fag burns, into the carpet.
That's it.
And then I've done a printout of, because they wear those military style Doc Martens.
Yeah.
I've printed out a 1/8 scale of the sole at foot so that I can put dirty footprints into it, partial footprints into footwells. It's just I can't get the camera to focus that well, so you can only just about make out that there's dirt there, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
finer details camera just won't let me have it.
It's that fine detail, isn't it, man?
Okay, Joshy, thanks for inviting me in, buddy. I'm going now.
All right then, dude. Lindsay, thanks for coming in, mate. I appreciate it. Have a good evening, dude. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just going to wind down for the night now.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Ladies, guys, bye.
See you later, Lindsay.
Lindsay.
See you, Lindsay. Have a good one, mate.
So I got put in the comments of the week, Dan, on Phil's show. You should take photos of that, send it to Partworks and say, love your model, but this is what it should really look like.
Well, they've got one at parts that's totally missing from it. There's,
Yeah.
if I can get my camera to switch over, this PC's been a bit slow. One sec. Display. So it's this. Meant to go, in the back, sort of with this pressed up against one of the doors.
No way. Have you designed that yourself on there?
Yeah. Took a while to get find pictures of the labels for everything. And then I'm not entirely sure, because I can print this off, but then at 1/8 scale, the lettering, like, I think, yeah, that where it says configuration at top,
Yeah.
that would be the biggest of the lettering, but from top to bottom, the letters in that word would be, like 0.1 of a millimeter. It's like ridiculously tiny. It's like if you look on back of a Citadel paint pot, the text that's on back of there, it's that kind of tiny. So realistically, I need to figure out a way of making my own water slides, to take over. And then I'm designing it so that this front plate that at the minute,
you can get water slide photocopier paper.
Yeah, I just need a printer that'll do it. But I'm working on because you got these square buttons here. They light up, and so do all of these LEDs. So I need to make it so that I've made it so that hide. So that there's holes go through the back plate, and then it's like push fit, slot everything, the LEDs through. So and then I should be able to fit a button battery inside the back box with an LED strip. That'll make it so that I can actually get the things that light up, and then I'm going to have to design into the back of it a button somewhere, for on off.
Yeah.
But from left to right, that's about the length of my index finger.
Mad.
But there's a few other people that have attempted to create this. The best of them haven't bothered with any labelling, so it looks a bit blank.
Yeah.
And the only other one I've really seen were printed, you know, using PLA, so it just looks like crap because it. So
The fact that you've designed that from a scratch is incredible.
I designed. I've spent about 20 years doing CAD design in Blender, and then eventually moved on to doing physical models, which I do eventually do physical models to figure out painting, and then eventually give up buying models in and just design and 3D print me own. We'll go into recent.
JC tonight, he was talking about this, and I said, like, you need to learn. What you were there as well, Carl, weren't you? When I was saying you need to take something and just design it yourself.
Yeah.
And create your own shape. You need to get head bashing, because I reckon JC could learn a ton off you, dude.
Well, that's one of the bigger things that I've built.
Bloody hell.
The Enterprise B. For a starship, it's like 5 years of very, very boring work. But in theory, anything that I make in Blender, I can 3D print it. It's just then a case of, like smoothing out surfaces where needed on the 3D print.
Yeah.
So I've got a few starships that I've made, and I won't mention.
I think Marcel might like that one, Dan. I definitely wouldn't recommend showing it Sarah Jane, though.
Oh, I'd do it just for the sadism of it. One of these days, someone's going to come around and give me a spanking.
Well, it's one of those, you push the right buttons, you might get someone.
No. I'll get to add the lighting to this one, for windows and stuff. It's got the full, Aztecing on the surface.
You can see the print on top, can't you? Bloody hell.
I think it looks best at a slight distance from the Aztecing. If I zoom in too far, it just becomes flodgy.
Yeah. It looks like it's a distant sun in the background. I know it sounds daft, but it looks like the light source from a distant sun in the background.
Somewhere I've got the Enterprise D as well that has the full lighting on it, and Deep Space Nine.
Yes. In a few of those episodes. Sophie's asked, what was that about spanking, Dan? Winky face.
Ooh. Pappy's getting lucky tonight.
And she has muffins.
Oh, bonus feature.
Dude, that's incredible. So I've done nothing for the past 10 minutes but stare at that screen.
Same.
I don't think Scott's doing anything. I think we're all just watching Dan.
And rear photon torpedo launchers are down there. That one, shuttle bay. 2 impulse engines. I'm not quite sure what that's meant to be. I think they just sort of wanted to put it, when they're designing the Excelsior, they just wanted machinery to be visible.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it might be a docking bay or something, a loading bay.
They had apparently when they brought out the motion picture and they altered the Enterprise's design, Daniel Jeffries, who designed the original Enterprise, absolutely hated it because he designed his so that all repairs had been done from the inside.
Right.
So having all the bits of machinery that's visible on outside, it did his nothing. With the Daniel Jeffries, that he also came up with the idea of the Jeffries tubes, which is named after him. I'm nerding out now.
Go for it, man. That's incredible. Do you know what, right? That'd take me about 5 years to do, and then I'd press the wrong button and delete it.
Oh, I've done that before. I've had even worse than that. I had a PC that I built with it had a slave hard drive in it that had 1 terabyte of information, so that I could, because I end up with like thousands and thousands of these Blender files in various stages of, some are complete, some aren't, some are, barely started and then gave up.
Yeah.
So a full terabyte of storage space on PC, transferred all my Blender files onto this thing, and then about a year later, the PC went kaput, and I discovered that the hard drive itself, the control circuit, had like a burnout on the circuit board.
Oh, right, okay.
Which meant, at least 5 years worth of work on hundreds of different files, completely gone for good.
And there's no way you could hard recover that either. Like, as in, like, get the hard drive apart, or.
Well, in theory, but at the time that it happened, it was still, where you'd have to take it to a specialist lab and retrieving it, and it costing a shit ton of money. So, and by the time I'd reached the point where I'd figured out how to retrieve the files myself, I'd already, like, redone the work.
Right.
And but it were a signal when it were like, crap, that's all my work that's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. Yeah. Like what I say, man, that'd be something that I would do. That's incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. Cheers for that, man.
Switch it back. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, if I got my chance to get like a 3D printer or something, I don't exactly know what I'd do. Like for starters, I am absolutely terrible with technology nowadays. I can operate my phone quite well, but PCs, laptops, ain't got a clue. It's like JC was showing me the other week when he printed off a Tyranid for me. He was walking me through how he does it step by step, like, and it was just like, mate, you're talking quantum mechanics to me here.
Of the CAD design was what I was doing before. I wanted to be able to do physical model making, but it very quickly becomes very expensive.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, so doing the Blender stuff were like the cheap alternative. But then it comes in handy for when you need to, like when the details wrong with a model kit.
Yeah.
Or bits that are missing entirely.
Like I've got with my Tyranids.
Yeah,
I've got little mold lines, mold imprints where it's supposed to have connection parts that point. Yeah, I'm sure. There, that's an easy one. See, at the end of there, it's got a little bobble thing that sticks out. You just basically just press that into the end of the part, and that's the bit that connects in here. I've got a couple of these where these here, they're just blobs, and there's absolutely no push pin to it. But this is the one that JC did for me on his printer.
cool.
And it's a bigger version of one of those. So all he's done is found the design of that, and this was where it got me. Shoved it in his printer, and then it was like, right, I'll just do this, that. Oops. I'll just do this, that, this. Click that button, move that around, and bang, it was on the printer like that. And I was like, what did you just do there? And he walked through what he did, and even explaining things twice to me, and it was like, nah, dude, you've lost me. Like, sorry. It's not me not listening to you. It's just I don't absorb information as quickly as some people do.
Again, printers set up. So I've got two printers. I've got the resin printer
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
It's behind the door upstairs.
Yeah.
And then I've got the printer that's just there on the bench.
Yeah.
Because for fine detail models like the one that you're painting now,
yeah,
with resin because it'll less print lines and it'll get all the detail in there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then for things like I'm partway through doing the worker bee that were introduced in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. That I'm going to be printing it off so I can, but at 1/6 scale.
Right.
So it's a one-seater, but at 1/6 scale, it's going to have the length and width of, the Back to the Future DeLorean that's in it, the parts work that's 1/8 scale.
Yeah.
So it's going to be big, but because it's 1/6 scale, it means I can buy in buy in 1/6 scale figure like that, and then from that I can custom make a palette to go in the worker bee.
Yeah.
But one of my best ones so far for 3D printing. But started out with just a plain body like that,
Right.
and then CAD designed those I've got, the better it sounds. So
that's cool.
I wanted you get when you get 1/6 scale figures, you get like extra bits to go with it.
Yeah.
So I've got the Terminator from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And you get the option of a grey shirt or a black shirt, because partway through he changes his t-shirt.
That's right, when he cuts his arm, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's the forearm is interchangeable, and you get a damaged version of the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
So I thought, rather than, because I've got that version of the Terminator sitting on the Harley Davidson back.
Yeah. Seen that, Carl?
I'm looking at it.
I need to dust this off.
Bloody hell. If I won the lottery, that'd be one of the first bikes, the Harley Fat Boy. That'd be the first bike I brought.
It's a model kit that I bought from
license plate.
Yeah, it took hours of finding the bit where he does a U-turn in road.
Yeah.
I managed to get a screen grab of it. He spots John Connor down in that open sewer.
That's right.
Does a U-turn, and as he does the U-turn, you catch a glimpse at number plate. So managed to get that onto him.
Hell, man. That's brilliant.
And I don't want to drop it because it'll smash real easy. Well,
yeah.
So where's the right spot here? That'll go. Yeah. So 1/6 scale Harley Davidson. I need to CAD design, the saddlebag.
Yeah.
But they're proving a pain in the ass to get the right shape. But anyway, it's this version of Arnie that I got. It's a hot type one. And the spare parts that come with it for the alternate versions of this version. Put this back down before we drop it.
Folks, I've just banged in Dan's link. I know that everybody that we go into everybody's chats and stuff, we're all sub to everybody, but just double check in case you're not, because I do pop people's because Dan doesn't cook very often, so just go and check out his stuff.
Well, yeah, so the spare bits, I thought I'll use them on, and I'm missing the camera here. It's going to be easier to point the camera at the thing, I think.
We're going on a walk. There we go. That's ace.
The head is 100% CAD designed by me. I'm thinking of redoing it so that there's more of his skin missing. Like an ear and some of his hair.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I've put in a bunch of, I'll bring it close enough, bunch of bullet holes in his chest.
No way.
And one down on his leg, and then a couple in his back.
Proper looks like, when you get like 3D prints, it just doesn't look like people. That proper looks like him.
is to get, you know, like a human head, you got to use sculpt mode in Blender, where you it essentially makes it more like sculpting with clay rather than box modeling that you'd use for machinery.
Right.
So it took me a lot of attempts to get Armin's face, you know, properly.
Yeah.
And then it was surprisingly quick to get the flesh tones for his skin. It's literally, that's my first attempt at doing skin. And
you've got it pretty spot on. You've nailed it pretty spot on, to be fair.
But I won't mind redoing the eye. I'm having difficulty getting it to, you know, the pupil of the eye, the black part.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of missing because it just won't stay. It's this weird thing. The black paint just, it's either not a proper circle and looks weird.
That's why I kind of left Marcus's eye and left my tub open of paint. I left Marcus's eye unpainted because I think it just looks better. Sorry, man, I'll take you off big. I put Marcus down and now I can't find him. Yeah, I deliberately didn't paint Marcus's eye because I couldn't. I just, oh, there he is. Do this quickly. Right. I know we're all sub to everybody, but I need to put Lindsay's in as well. Yeah, I left his eye out. I just painted his eye. I just painted his eyebrow and left his eye. Didn't paint it. But dude, honestly, man, that Terminator was brilliant. I love that Terminator, especially the fact, like, it's the amount of detail that you go into. So I still can't get over the fact that you use genuine cigarette ash for genuine cigarette ash.
Yeah. I've also used fag ash on, I don't know if you've seen it, the 1/2 scale endoskeleton.
No.
I'm not sure if I've got photo of it. Yeah, it's the parts work 1/2 scale Terminator. The base plate for it, it's meant to look like the future war, you know, from the start of Terminator 2.
Right, okay, yeah.
So I've given it a paint job because it looks very basic. It looks, if you remember the Castle Grayskull that they released in 80s, where it was just sort of quick spray green, quick spray black onto a grey plastic.
Just a giant plastic skull forged in the front of something.
Yeah, it looked basic like that, and it's made of the base plate made of the same plastic as that Castle Grayskull one. So I've gone in and, you know, like, given it a better paint job.
Yeah,
and then come back, because that future war, it's meant to be the waging war between man and machine in the literal ashes of the people that got burnt to death.
Yeah.
So
you see it at the start, don't you? The second one.
Well, I've gone back through and sprinkled fag ash all over that, so that it looks more like he's walking through ash.
Is it? I know you can use super glue and bicarbonate of soda. I know you can use super glue and fag ash to make a bonding sort of like sticky hard substance that, like, I don't know. I've seen people use it for stuff.
Well, for powder, anything that's powdery, like fag ash, or if it's, you know, like if you wanted to do a sandy kind of surface,
right?
Where you're using chalk, you get the dust from, you basically rubbing chalk onto it in dust form.
Yeah, like the whiteboard erasers, the chalkboard erasers.
Yeah, well, before you put anything down, I put I don't know where I'll put my spray bottle now, but you know the spray bottles that you'd use for like weed killer or something like that.
Yeah.
One piece empty, put some mod podge into that,
Right.
and then fill it with water to consistency of milk, so it's just white liquid,
Yeah.
and spray it on as a fine mist above whatever it is that you're adding your fag action stuff to, and then sprinkle your fag ash over, and that'll work as an adhesive. And then as you're adding more, use that isopropyl, I can't pronounce it. You know the alcohol stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Use splodges of that, and that'll like act as an adhesive as well,
Yeah.
which is kind of counterintuitive because I use that alcohol stuff for breaking down pain.
I saw a video the other day on YouTube from a short. Bloke's called El Miniaturisto. He uses terps like white spirit and paint, and he puts them together, and he just mixes it a little bit, and then in between, like you get your recesses, like so you've got a wall, and like this, for example. So you got all the recesses in between here. You can dry brush it and it picks out all the edges. Well, in the wooden board here, all he does is he just puts his paintbrush down, and because he's mixed it with a certain way, it just falls perfectly flush all into the recesses.
I think plastic on this helmet.
How are you gents getting on? Are you all good till about 9 o'clock, shall we say? We've got 8 people watching.
Yeah, 9 o'clock's good. I give up. I'm just sat here watching Dan.
Same. I'm watching we're all watching you, Dan. You brought these bloody fantastic models on. Like I said, folks, I've put. I know we're all subbed to everybody, and everybody's subbed to people, but I've banged our links, and I need to put Lindsay's in as well shortly. But drop them subs, drop them thumbs. You know the usual. Especially Dan, because he's only on 70 odd, so. He doesn't get his link posted up there much because he never comes on the streams, but you should do.
I get stage fright.
Incredible work off that you're doing.
I'm all shy and stuff, really.
Oh, yeah, and I'm innocent, mate.
I always say you're innocent.
I know you're the only. I'm glad you do. You're the only one who does. All right, where's Lindsay? I know we're all subbed to Lindsay, but I'm just going to go and bang his stream in the chat as well. Lindsay, where is he? That's Lindsay's in, folks. I need to get some moderators soon. It's weird seeing my name in gold, yellow-ish on the way in. So it's weird having a blue name in chat, but a gold as well. I'm not quite used to that. So I'll be grabbing some moderators soon, but my chat's quite quiet. So it's nice. It's nice that folks come in and say hello, but...
You got 26 thumbs?
26, bloody hell. Yeah, thanks, folks. 26. Thank you very much. That's really good. And technically, as well, this is actually, like I said, my first official live where it's not affiliated with anybody.
You've popped your cherry with Dan.
I know, Dan. I'm so happy for that one. And I saw his shiny helmet.
Yeah. Well, I can do you one better than just my shiny helmet.
I like how you leaned over when you said that.
Why am I panicking?
Be afraid, Carl. Be very afraid.
It's all right. It's not my stream.
So, this is my actual motorbike helmet.
Ooh.
And that in a misspelling because this is my German helmet.
And he strokes it very well.
See, just for you. Just for you.
It's going to take a lot of polish.
Yes.
German. That's a Wolf sport. I've heard of those.
Ooh.
That's a really nice.
Clean it. I'll just use a bit of hot.
It's quite, as Dan Usher would say. Now that's ace. That is. Should we have a little rummage round as to what people have done? Because I haven't done a fat deal. I've been watching everybody. We'll go over to Possum first. Hello, Possum.
Oh, you're talking to me? Ah.
I'm talking to you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, all right. As you can see, I don't know if it pick up, but I've just been doing panel lining. That's pretty much all I've done. Had a couple of decals try to lift off for me, so I'll fix them up as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the top half, and this is the bottom half.
Yeah.
So I've still got a bit to do, including those bits in there that have got to be painted. And yeah.
That's looking nice. You can see where you've done the edging here on the top of the turret. On the left-hand side where the star is, you can see the outline of paint. Yeah, it's looking beautiful, dude.
Thank you. I've still got to paint the machine gun here too, but that'll happen someday.
Yeah, I didn't even see that, to be fair. Yeah. No, it's nice, that is, man. It's got some good colour on that.
No worries, thank you.
Nice one. Right, let's go and who should we go to next? He's sat down on the toilet, so we'll go and see Carl.
Well, I've done the bottom third. That's it, done.
Yeah.
That's it. I've just been watching Dan since.
That's ace, that is. Can you get an R2-D2 with the same sort of scenario, or does that make any sense?
I think that would be a bit more awkward, wouldn't it? We're better off a C-3PO.
Sat there with stiff legs.
We'll stood there having an oil change.
Oh, I've got that image in my head now. Oh, that's looking cool. That is,
tracks to that he sat on, and then it'd be, one of R2's extra functions they didn't show.
Yeah, you could have a flip lid on it like a dustbin, and Chewie sat on top of him. I like that idea.
Oh dear. All right, well, cheers, dude. Thank you, Dan. Is there anything else you'd like to show off, dude, or?
I'll be carrying more other room, and I think I'll run out of things I could show at the minute.
Dan, did you ever finish Optimus Prime?
Yeah. I thought I posted pictures. Did not post pictures. I can go and grab it if you want to have a look.
Dude, by all means, if you don't mind.
Because I know the last time I saw him in flesh, he was doing the weathering on his arm, I think it was.
Whilst Dan's doing that,
I think I did see the pictures, but I just want to see it again.
Yeah, same here, to be greedy. I've dry brushed that. There's his base. Dry brushed. Do. Dry brushed, and I've just started painting skin. So all I've literally done is his knee, his thigh, and his abdomen, and a little bit of his back.
What colour have you used on that, Joshy?
I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds stupid, but I've used Night Questor flesh.
It looks well.
It does, doesn't it? It's because it matches with the white. I don't think I'm going to go over that anymore. I might just highlight it with the edges. But yeah, that's as far as I've got. And I'll carry on with the blood effect when I get round to him. But yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't wait. But ooh, I see Optimus. Oh.
It's going to be easier to bring camera to him because he's kind of fragile.
Yeah, don't breaky.
But let's see, that'll go. So I've got battle axe in one hand. I need to fiddle with fingers so that he's properly holding the axe. And put his gun into other hand. And then I managed to break one of his ankles.
Ooh.
So side that's nearest to camera, his ankle, it looks really complex on outside, but realistically his foot connects, at the ankle with just a single, like pegging.
Yeah, yeah.
And trying to get it so that both feet are positioned so that he can stand on his own. The bloody peg snapped. So it took me a while of messing to, put in a replacement peg.
Yeah.
And then I turn him.
It's just the level of detail that you go into. It's like you can see where the oil's leaked out of the sides and stuff there, and all the rust on it and everything. But it's the scratch marks. You've actually got them to match roughly where the parts would be moving.
Josh,
yeah.
You remember how I said I always wanted to be a model that you could look at close up?
Like this.
This is why, because I was doing my models, then I saw Dan doing the chest on this, and I was absolutely blown away with the detail on that window and chest. And I just thought, right, I've got to change. I've got to do something different. So I started copying Dan's techniques on some of it.
This is where you need to start smoking again, Carl, to get that fag ash effect. Jesus, look at that.
There. That's what got me. That section there. First time I saw that.
It's literally like you've actually just taken him out of the film and just frozen him. Dude, that is brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, it took about a year to complete. I'd paint each individual piece and weather it, and then attach it to the hole. I think I've got a slight delay on the camera.
You're all right, dude. It's all good. That's incredible.
Well, at some point, I want to do another one of Nemesis Prime. The evil twin of Optimus.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's mostly, instead of blue and red, those bits are, more a really dark grey version on black, but the same kind of weathering and stuff. And then his eyes light up red instead of blue because he's a Decepticon.
That's right.
So I'd have to buy in, water Decepticon water slide.
Yeah, yeah. Mate, honestly.
Well, I think this is the only place that anyone will have seen it. It's in this prime finished. So you've got a world exclusive going on there.
Just make sure you don't drop it or break it or do anything to it, and just get thousands of photos of it, post them all over the world.
I'll just point the camera back, and then I need to go and put this somewhere where I'm not going to
Yeah,
knock it.
thanks for that, dude. Nice one.
Cool.
Be careful. I'm still watching it as he takes it away now.
Are you sure that's what you're watching and not the sexy boobs, yeah?
Shut up, Dan. Just turn around. It's one of those. I'd love to see you leave, hate to see you go.
He's tall, isn't he?
Yeah, 6'3", I think, 6'2", same as me. No, it's one of those ones. It's like you said, Carl. You've got your modelers that are 4-foot modelers. That I don't know anybody who's a 4-foot modeler. I'm about how tall are you?
Give me 6 foot.
Oh, but like the closer you get to his model, the more realistic it looks.
Yeah. Well, you know, I always said to you, something sort of happened and I had to change the way I was doing the metal and all that, so I've gone into more detail. Yeah. Well, it was damn that happened when I saw that. It was just like, it is possible to do it. I've seen it now, so I've got to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
most of mine were inspiration. Were watching science fiction. That's why I do more science fiction stuff. Where it's like with Optimus Prime type stuff. I've got they've got on market where you can buy a masterpiece Optimus Prime out of the an oversized version that'd be the same size.
Yeah.
That transforms, because in original Generation 1, you had 3 versions of, well, technically 4 versions of the same character. You had Orion Pax, who then gets so badly damaged they have to rebuild him, and he comes back as Optimus Prime.
Right.
You then got Optimus Prime. Then he dies of his injuries from a fight with Megatron. And eventually, in the comic books and the toy line, they brought him back as Power Master Prime, where he's now combined with his trailer, bigger, more guns kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then right at the end of what's known as Generation 1, the original run of the Transformers franchise, he died again when Unicron turns up, and where's Prime? He's with the Matrix, flying straight down Unicron's bloody throat to blow him up. Sort of self-sacrifice move. But then it's discovered that he'd offloaded HQ that were HiQ, who's the little robot that became Power Master Prime's engine. And part of Prime's mind is still alive inside HiQ's head. So they had a short adventure where HiQ goes off to find the last Autobot, which, as it turns out, is in fact the original Autobot, but his face is that logo that they all have.
Yeah.
And get converted into Action Master Prime, where they'd run out of ideas for gimmicks, because they'd had Target Masters, Headmasters, and Power Masters, Combiners, and just the original straight up, it's a robot that turns into a vehicle of some kind.
Yeah.
They'd run out of ideas, so Action Masters were ones that had lost the ability to transform. And it was like the final franchise dies, you know. So upstairs I've got the oversized Wei Zhang Optimus Prime that would be the original Optimus. I've got the KO version of Power Master Prime, and then that model kit, because it doesn't transform, but it's in scale with the other two, makes it the perfect, you know, stand-in for Action Master Prime.
Yeah.
Got lots of Optimus Prime shit in my bedroom now.
There's one model I thought I haven't actually I'm just spitballing here because I haven't actually done any research, Google history or anything on this, so I don't actually know if it does exist. It might do, I don't know. But you know, in the one where it's the Dark Knight, no, sorry, the Last Knight, and he transforms with all of the knights from the Round Table into that dragon, and it shows him riding the dragon at the very end. If that could be a model, that would be something that I'd probably like to have a go at painting. But
oh, you mean when he rides in on Grimlock?
That's the one, Grimlock. He comes in the giant dragon, doesn't he, at the very end?
Yeah, it's yeah, they have masterpiece versions of that because a lot. One of the things that made me, you know, that got me into the idea of doing a model were there's people out there that they'll buy the masterpiece transformers and then give them, you know, the kind of paint job that I've given to that Optimus Prime.
Right.
So there definitely is a masterpiece version, because there's multiple versions of Grimlock as well from across the, you know, like 40 years that the franchise has been going. Well, there's definitely that version of Grimlock as a, you know, one that will actually transform as well.
I'd probably just have it as a 3D kit, to be fair, if I could. But that'd take a lot of 3D printing though. There's a lot of different parts that go with that.
Well, I think my preferred version of Grimlock's the original comic book version, because it weren't in the cartoon version. It were kind of like, you know, the comic relief is a bit thick, and everyone, and for some reason, you know, being thick makes it okay to laugh at him, which I didn't like. But in the comic book version, the only reason that Grimlock and the Dinobots are part of the Autobots faction is because Grimlock can't stand Megatron and thinks that he squanders power. So he still has the original, you know, the me Grimlock says it, but he's also a complete shit. But in the love where if Megatron and Optimus get into a fight with each other, physical strength, they're perfectly matched, and for tactical minds, they're perfectly matched, which is why it ends with, you know, in Transformers the movie, they get into that one last fight where Optimus has decided this is it. You know, Megatron has to be stopped no matter the cost. Basically, all of his morals are going out the window before he's been sort of forced Megatron into a retreat and try his best not to harm any, you know, any collateral damage. But in that final fight, it's like all that's out window. It's I'm going to go and kill Megatron, even if it kills me too. But in earlier conflicts where Megatron and Optimus get into that kind of fight, there's a few times where Grimlock is so much stronger than both of them combined that as they're fighting, he'll come in, beat the shit out of Megatron, and as Optimus turned to him and sort of, thanks for the help, Grimlock will turn around and beat the shit out of Optimus as well.
Just as a stop it sort of thing.
It's the wild card in it. And at one point, after Optimus's death, they had where Grimlock declared himself ruler of the Autobots, used a bunch of slabs to make himself a throne, and then the fire breath to put the Autobots logo onto the throne. So I kind of fancy getting my hands on the masterpiece version of Grimlock and making his throne. It's like a 3D print.
Yeah. Ooh. Here's one. Obviously there's a fair few Transformers films. I preferred the versions with Mark Wahlberg in them, even though the Transformers film, when you first see the helicopter land on the pad at the beginning, the runway, and the soldiers walk up to it and you see it transform, that to me was like being back to 5 years old, seeing them transform again. But the storylines in them, they were good because it followed like rumours throughout the world's history, which was brilliant. But I didn't like those versions of them. I preferred the versions with Mark Wahlberg in them. I think because the robots were a bit more serious in those films than they were in the original 3, if that makes any sense. 2, did I say?
Yeah. But I've always more final couple of years of the comic book ones, because the artwork went up a notch, went up several notches, and
yeah,
you had the violence that they put into it were more, more realistic than anything you'd see in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And to a large degree, it was a lot more. Gravitas to it than the violence that you even see in the live action movies, because it'd be, if someone's dead, they tend to stay dead.
Yeah.
And it's not, like with live action movies where it's in one movie, oh no, Optimus is dead, 3 minutes later, he's back.
He's back at the next film. Yeah, it's the same with what's his face, Megatron. He gets stopped in every film, gets his head blown off and everything, but he still comes back.
One of the best ones I've seen were in G1 comic book. One of the best storylines. They had Galvatron went back in time from 2005 when the movie was set, after he'd been defeated by Rodimus, and went back in time to 1984 when the first comics book, and they had like redoing the original stories of 1984, but where where Galvatron's now wading in to try and alter history so that it don't become so that Megatron don't become Galvatron and then a slave to Unicron.
Yeah.
It goes to his younger self, so Galvatron goes to Megatron to sort of do a team up, and turns out that Megatron hates himself so much that he's willing to get into a fight to death with Galvatron, where Galvatron can't fight back really, because it's like, if he kills his younger self, then he's going to blink out of existence. So it's like, Megatron full of hate, and then Galvatron.
Sorry, Dan. What time are you calling
it? I can shout it now if you want. If you don't want to go now, I can call it now and have a chat in the green room for a bit if you want.
Well, I'm going to head off because I'm going to get me supper in a minute. But I just wonder if you're staying on or not. 'Cause if you are, I'll head off.
No, we'll call it there. There's 9 in. I put the last message in 20 minutes ago, and no one's really been in since quarter past 8. So I'm going to call it there. But folks, thank you so much for coming in the chat and the panel. Thank you, Lindsay, earlier on for popping in and saying hello, popping in. Carl, Scott, Dan, pleasure having you in, gents. It's been nice having somebody in, and I'm not on my own. So, but yeah, we'll have a chat in the green room anyway, and I'll end it there. But folks, thank you all for coming in, and I will see you all very soon, hopefully. Sophie, still there. Thank you for being in, love. I will see you soon. And yeah, good luck with the Warhammer hunt. And if you want any pointers, don't ask me, ask other people. Right, folks, see you soon. Bye bye.
See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See you, folks.